This is the feeling of summer, what summer should feel like. Not this. No, not this. But this is what it's like for some people.
Extra affected by the change in season.
Summertime blues.
We're more used to seeing the winter kind of flavor of it.
Linked to a chemical change in the brain called seasonal affective disorder.
The days get shorter and our body clock kind of has a little bit of trouble adjusting to that, and so that leads to hypersomnolence, meaning a lot of sleeping, and that leads to weight gain because our appetite increases.
Dr. Ruth Shach is a post-doctoral fellow in psychology at the St. Louis University School of Medicine. She explains why seasonal affective disorder is not just reserved for wintertime blues. So then going from one extreme of temperatures and day length to the other.
The summer kind of flavor of it. The summer, the days get longer and our body clock is trying to adjust to that. But some people who have extra sensitive body clocks tend to get insomnia, so they have trouble sleeping, and then they might develop agitation that kind of has to do with that like inability to sleep, and then their appetite might really decrease a lot. So it's in a lot of ways the opposite of that winter pattern of depression.
How this happens, the answer lies in a very small part of the brain that regulates circadian rhythm.
Called the suprachiasmatic nucleus, in charge of sending signals to the rest of your brain, telling your brain about the rhythm of the day. And it's kind of a tiny, tiny little part of your brain, and it's right by your optic chiasm. So the light from the sun enters through your eyes, and your eyes have photosensitive receptors, right? So they are sending signals to that suprachiasmatic nucleus telling you it's time to wake up, right? And when the sun goes down, we know that it's time to go to sleep. Our body clock is in charge of our circadian rhythms. So that means that there's natural rhythm where we kind of get more active, and then the opposite where we go to sleep, where there's a rhythm to when we get hungry and when we kind of are full.
She says research has shown that seasonal affective disorder can be genetic.
So there's a genetic component. I'm not going to be like it is 100% genetic. The type of photosensitive cells that you get or the type of suprachiasmatic nucleus that you get is probably genetically determined, right? But then there's an interaction with the environment.
And after all, it is summer. There are vacations and so many other things happening. A change in routine can be a problem.
Where their circadian rhythms are very sensitive. Any kind of change in routine is going to flare up pre-existing mental health conditions, whether that's depression or anxiety or something else. Maybe we have different parenting responsibilities than we do during the year. Maybe we ourselves have a job where we work in a school and we're out of work right now. Just the heat, right? The heat is really difficult for people. Counterintuitively drives people inside more. We also have a lot of cool different things going on, right? And because the days are longer, we might have stuff like the Muni or the Botanical Garden, whatever. We might be going out in the evenings, and that is also messing with our circadian rhythms.
And she says the end of the summer can be one of the worst times.
Kind of have hopes and dreams and pie in the sky, kind of like, oh, don't meet our goals in such a way that we expected.
If anyone is experiencing symptoms, it's advised to see their doctor.
And you do notice those changes in your mood, sleep, or appetite, take care of your mental health just the same way that you would take care of your physical health.